Hello, this is just to announce that I'm planning to have the Sunday hangout today, and I figured I'd give a little heads up today. At 5 p.m. Eastern Time, according to my clocks here, it is about 3:23 Eastern Time at the moment, so in about an hour and a half. And there's various things I'd like to talk about depending who shows up or whether I just give a long soliloquy. Um, I think the Republican and Democratic politics are interesting at the moment. There, the the Republican debate last night was remarkable for various reasons. I mean, one just because they continue the spectacle of it and calling each other liars and things like that. But that's sort of a regrettable kind of entertainment value that it has. But also, I mean, I find it really interesting. Trump pointing out Bush didn't keep us safe, something that's taboo. Of course, we have the Scalia has passed away, and we could talk about that. And why are we supposed to talk about these people as though they're heroes all of a sudden? Um, might be an issue. I did not think very highly of the man's career on the court. Um, I in general want to talk about disenfranchisement and where things come from in terms of we've been discussing culture, and there's various people I notice online, and I have a couple people that have been in the hangouts and whatnot and in comments talking about the crime culture in urban African American society. And I believe you can always identify the culture, but I think really you need to look at structural issues that affect how the culture grows up. So and you also have to, if you really think, oh, it has to be answered culturally, then that's what you have to ask in general. So, for example, we have more people incarcerated in the United States than some third world nations. We have so many people. So, what is the problem with our culture? Why are so many of us criminals? Now, of course, I'm a liberal. I think a lot of people are falsely imprisoned, right? But if you want to come up with excuses for a culture you might be a part of that is committing crimes, then you have to do so consistently, whatever your excuses are. The same type of excuse is available to other people. And in the end, it all reminds me of this documentary, The Wild and Wonderful Whites, about a family from West Virginia. And, they're criminal types of people. And their patriarch that seemed to have started him on this road he just got sick of being a coal miner and being enslaved to the company store, and he just decided to start playing the Social Security and SSI system instead. And it led to definitely actual bad character and individual acts by people that individually definitely need to be treated as criminals, unfortunately, but for sure. But the systematics are the same systematics that generate these cultures. I feel like people want to have some people defending the white trash term. And it's like, if you want to think of people as trash, the society has thrown people in the trash. Some generation of ancestor got thrown into that trash heap, into that dump, living in the landfill. And then people like to point fingers and say, at least I'm not like them. I don't live like a rat and a cockroach in the trash. When a new bag of trash is thrown, I don't run up really quickly so that I can get my part. But that's because you don't live in the trash heap. If you lived in the trash heap, you'd either die or you'd survive by realizing you better run up quick to the front of the line. And if you could get away with pushing people aside, oh, maybe you should do that. And there's plenty of people that don't do that. But the idea that you can rely on people's character to not do what's in their best interest because it's bad character, that's not how the world works. We need a system where the things that people have in their best interest are beneficial things. Otherwise, it's hard to expect anything else. It's ludicrous. It's silly. It's a fantasy to expect anything else. So, you know, if you want to analyze everything culturally, then I guess you're on board with why the feminists talk about rape culture, because they're like, you can't ignore the culture and just look at the individual criminals. So I think some consistency is called for from the anti-social justice wing of the human race. All right, cheers.